Hey P31 Lifers. We're back. We have not been doing our HOA reviews per se because there's so many people doing reviews. We kind of just opted out of that. But there are things that happen within the episodes that we would rather touch on. So we are going to be covering RHOA this season. The season, a lot of people have been happy with it. But there's things that we've been seeing because there are actually wives on the show this year. So that would make us want to come in and do some reviews. This week, we kind of want to talk about K. Michelle. Now, she mentioned this last week, so this video is coming out a little late. Forgive us. But, oh no, K. Michelle mentioned on RHOA that she got married with Mr. Caston Sims and does not have a prenuptial agreement. That's scary. Like, did she do this because it took teeth pulling, pun intended, to get this dentist to marry her? It's possible that the mention of a prenup would probably have prolonged things, being that she wanted to get married and become a housewife and be ready for the show. Kenya and Candy, they came on with just a boyfriend, so she could have done that. She didn't have to rush to do that. Kelly and Kim, they came on as divorcees. Remember, Kim was married before even getting involved with this whole Big Papa character, R.I.P. She was married before. Her background is from Connecticut. She was with another guy, married. Kim has been everywhere from the East Coast to Panama City, Destin, Florida, that area, back to Georgia. She's been back and forth. But the thing is, she was a divorcee when she came in. She had been married. So I don't know why K. Michelle rushed to do this. I hope she didn't make a mistake. My gosh. And then Stacy and Jassy over on RHOP as a franchise, they were either not married or divorcees or in the middle of getting divorced, just dating on the show. They feature that. So she could have just come on with the coach from from Memphis, Tennessee. One of the coaches that she was dating, she could have just came on with him. She didn't have to rush and make this life-altering decision that could possibly backfire. I'm scared. She could have decided not to even bring it up since she was able to get in to the courthouse. She could have decided not to even bring it up since she was able to get it in the courthouse. Why were we privy to this cringe picture of this man looking like he just can't believe he's doing this to himself? It wasn't romantic. It's not a good look for her to display this type of relationship on the show. I understand she wants to be transparent. She wants to show her reality. But girl, this is not it. This is not it. This is not what we want to portray for women. You don't have to have a relationship like this if you don't want to. Your entire life is what you create it to be. She's creating this type of scenario for herself. She didn't have to do that. She wanted this, and oh my gosh, I'm scared. To get him to the courthouse to do this, it was too much. And just doesn't seem predestined by the Most High. And I just don't know. She claims to be a woman of faith. But it was creepy that on this most recent episode that aired last night, K. Michelle revealed, and I think she did on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood also, that she's into chocolate women. Ooh, is that a trope? Is that a stereotype? It's a little cringe. Mentioning chocolate is her preference. Is it a fetish? What's going on? Because it seems like I won't do it now. She revealed that Shamia's her type sexually because she's bisexual and she dates women. But then she'll flip over and talk about the Bible and her relationship with God and her prayer life and the fact that she brings her Bible with her for big decisions. That's all fine and dandy, but it's just the double-mindedness for me that's a little weird. And you know what? That is reality, though. How many people do you know in your life that's very double-minded, that's claiming a intense relationship with the Most High, but then they do things like this? My gosh, my gosh. But she got him to the courthouse, and to get him to the courthouse, just listen to that statement. You should be able to tell your kids one day about your love affair and it not be this. This is not what she will even want for that girl that she claims she wants so much. Is this what you would want for your daughter? Be an example. Remember, your life is what you created. She didn't have to create this scenario for herself. Oh my gosh. I would hate for her to even push such a narrative. Luckily, the RHOA women are older. The fan base is an older group compared to other shows like Baddies and even Love and Hip Hop or whatever. The Housewives, just that whole franchise, that whole series, are older women. These women are 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. These women are already seasoned. So the whole BS of relationships, of what can be passed on and received by them, that's probably not going to happen, because they're going to be hypercritical of a situation like this, as they are online. People are talking about it and they're not happy about this, and mainly because of his behavior. His behavior is what has people so uneasy and scared for K. Michelle. K. Michelle said during her Jason Lee interview that this man had dated her for 10 years. She mentioned 12 recently, but ultimately anywhere between 10, 11, 12, that's a long time. He took a decade and change of your life. Her mentioning that he had dated her for 10 years and not even had asked her to marry her, and then cheated on her, but she didn't feel the need to secure herself with the prenup. This man's cheated. She mentioned that he's been, on Jason Lee. She mentioned he cheated. There's some teachers and things that were moving around in his inbox or just the phone records or whatever. However she caught him. He had been fooling around with teachers behind her back, or just women in general, no matter what their profession is, inappropriate. And somehow she still wanted him. Wow. Most of us wouldn't be, pressed to force a cheater to the courthouse, because if a man wants you, he wants you. Men know who they want. A man knows if you're his wife a lot of times from the first time they see you. A man will see you, and if he can get you, if he can get your number, if he can get to you because he wanted you so bad, if you're really for him and you're really who he wants, after a date or two, or sometimes even the first date, they know, oh, this is going to be my wife. Oh, hands down, I'll do what it takes. This woman's going to be my wife. Look, I've been in situations, I know people who've been in situations where they've had a long conversation with someone in the parking lot of public supermarket. And these people, the man was so won over. He was literally saying, oh my God, did I just find my wife? They know. They know they don't have to be forced at all. You don't have to do anything. They know when they want you for their wife, you don't have to really do much. And she did too much. My gosh, Kay. Oh no. And it makes me just so sympathetic for her and her plight in this situation, and fingers crossed for her that this is going to end well. She mentioned on the show, he won't take anything when I try to give him something. Oh gosh. And that was like her rationale for this horrible decision. But K. Michelle, and I'm hoping she's not one of those girls. What happened to can't raise a man? I hope K. Michelle isn't referring to, I hope she's referring to, like holiday gifts and such, and not her trying to be a female paymaster. Please no. Please no. Bowles and Keely, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, they come to mind when I think of this, because after Keely sat down with Bowles and her daughter at dinner in that particular scene and asked her, would she stay with him if he lost his job? Okay, I is scared. Now, to give Keely some type of benefit, let's back up just for a second. I originally thought that he asked that question because he was getting close to asking her to marry him. That's just trying to give him some type of benefit of the doubt. And, maybe he just wanted to see if she was really ride or die for him. And the wrong answer would have killed him proposing to her. Just ended the whole proposition. And considering the possibility that she might not be able to give him a baby with one of her own eggs, girl, would you still be there if I had no job? If you can't make me a biological father, would I stay here with you? So with them both having these, situations that are so critical in the lives of people as being milestones or as being life goals, becoming a parent, getting married, all these things, they have it coming from both ends. Oh, and being financially sound, as Bowles is. I don't know. We don't know about Keely's situation. We know Bowles is sitting good to be buying her daughter a Maserati for high school. She's sitting well, right? We don't know about Keely's situation. So there's a lot of question marks in the air. So his statement, his question was a little alarming. Him not knowing if she can make him a father, a biological father. But she mentioned on the reunion that adoption is an option if donor eggs doesn't work. Donor eggs is an option if this additional round of IVF that they're about to go through doesn't work. I would assume that Keely wants his own genetic material to be a part of his child for legacy purposes. I would assume. So couldn't they just stop stressing her out about trying to create more ovas, and simply use a donor egg? She has a child. She just wants a baby with him. And just that baby being Keely's biological child with his DNA, I just feel Bowles would be happy with that. The key thing is him creating legacy. And he would, even if it wasn't her egg. And she just wants to be a mom again. She would get to be a mommy again. She would get to take care of the baby. I didn't speak on this topic on this channel because I didn't want that energy over here. Discouraging mothers over age 40 from being optimistic about becoming a mother and childbirth. If you are 40 and over and you want to become a mother or a mother again, do that. Go do that. Okay? The first step is energy. Think of younger women who claim to not want children right then. Those women know that they're fertile and they're trying to be careful because they know that they're of the age group and they have it predisposed in their mind that I'm young, I am fertile right now. So that is the same energy that women over 40 or over 35 who want to have children, they need to take on that same exact energy. Because if you look and think, those younger women, sometimes even on birth control, still conceive. The energy's so all over the place, busting the walls down there. You are fertile. You are fertile. You are fertile. Let's block this, swimming thing from getting to her ova, and it still happens because she is just without a shadow of a doubt in her mind saying, I am fertile as heck. And because that, she's fertile as heck. And even birth control couldn't stop it. You see what I mean? That's the same energy a woman over 40 needs. So this whole IVF, fertility is dwindling. That's not the energy we want over here. So I didn't even report on that. I didn't report about Quad and her situation because I just didn't want the energy on a channel that promotes marriage, childbirth, becoming a mother, becoming a fiance. That P31 woman is totally not what we wanted over here, because that P31 woman, not only was she industrious and a complete jewel to her husband, baby, she was fertile. So we don't want that over here at all. And I just did not report on it. I did not do any videos on that whole thing. Society imprints into the mind of women that are over 35 that their fertility is dwindling. And then you know what? Women embed that into their subconscious and boom, it becomes that. Your reality is a result of your thoughts. Your thoughts become reality. So if society can keep up with the witchcraft of saying this, you're going to think it and believe it, and it becomes embedded in your subconscious, and it becomes that. K. Michelle and Dr. Caston tried for twins in the past via a surrogate. And despite all of those procedures, he never proposed. I actually thought she was with somebody else because I had not heard anything about her and this guy for years. She had even gave up hope and started, making decrees to the Most High on paper and verbally with her Bible that give me somebody. If this man's going to just play on my top, Most High God, just please hear my cry. Please give me someone else. You can't help who you connect with and love, right? But a man who cannot do life with you would be afraid for you to do it with someone else. Caston sat idle as she dated other guys, and she had to be the one to call him and threaten him with marriage to someone else. And magically, he's moved. Please don't let this be Kenya or Walter 2.0 or Stacy and TJ 2.0. And this just be an arrangement between Cassette and Kimberly K. Michelle because she's 44 and she wanted to get on the show. Like, you're 44. Why waste time with him? And I'm not saying waste time in regards to the biological ticking clock. I'm talking about time in general. I wasted with this man who allowed you to date all these other people, and you had to force him or coerce him into marrying you for a show. Because if you, per your Jason Lee interview, your prayer to the Lord was to send you a certain type of man, and 2 NBA coaches entered the chat. Apparently the Most High was listening. All for you, okay, K. Michelle, to run back to this guy. And then this ultimatum marriage happens. More than anything, I hope he does right by her, because she has been through a lot and seems to be very fragile. Have you been watching her? I just hope he does right by her because she's been through a lot. R. Kelly, who Portia also dated, which is interesting that they're both on the show. You don't think, I'm just thinking production might have something up their sleeves. We'll continue to watch. R. Kelly did her wrong. She said that, she wasn't what he wanted. That's painful to a woman, right? Memphis abused her. Idris Elba, he did her wrong. Cheating with a clear adjacent lady. She's been through a lot. maybe seeing exactly what God had for her after her sincere prayer and not jumping and trying to help God out for optics and appearance for a show. I don't know. I hope Caston does right by her. Fingers crossed. Because this lady is too fragile for another severe heartbreak. I would hate to see it. We were tuned in. We're watching. We just don't want to watch a car wreck. Okay, Michelle, go be happy. You've already done this. You've already married him. We hope for the best. Can you run and do a post-nup? I hope you did a post-nup behind our back and it's not, for public consumption and you did this to cover yourself. Can you do a post-nup now? Or are you that afraid that he would leave? If you are that afraid that he would leave, he should have never been there. P31, we will talk to you again. Till next time.